Welcome to another session of our video. So in this video, we're going to learn how to work with CSS background images. Background images are an important feature of web development, and CSS background images makes it possible for us to create background images. Something like this. I load this site, rocketman.lenovo.com. See the example of application of background images. This is how a background image looks like, something like this. You see how the image is like background to the text. So CSS makes this achievable, and we call this section of our site the hero section. So most times we are making hero sections. It's mostly uses background images or video backgrounds. And hero section is part of your website that tells users what your site is about. So it's one of the first parts of your website that just gives them a good introduction of what your website is about. So that's what the hero section does. So we want to learn how to make background images. So what I'll do is I'll go back to my code. So I'll create a new file. I'll call it background_images.html. Then inside my CSS, I'll create a new file, call it background_images.css. Okay. Then we'll come to HTML. We need our boilerplate, so I'll just type HTML. Just move your cursor to HTML5, select it to have this. So in the title here, I'm going to write this is background images. So yeah, I'm going to write it. Okay, I'm going to write structure. It is a div. Write the div. I'll give the class. I give the class and call it hero. And here I can see it is Sunday. Then repeat again. Welcome to another week. Or say to a week. So we have this. If you save this, if your file is not enough to save, and you go and load your site here. So you need to load it. So I'll do this. I'll come back to my code here. I'll go to background images.html. Right click, copy path. Come here, open a new tab, and load the work. So we have it is Sunday. Welcome to a new week. So it is looking so basic, nothing much on it. Now let's transform it. So first let's link our CSS. Remember our CSS in CSS folder. So to link it, come here. Say CSS as a comment. And I'll say link. So it is in CSS folder background image.css. So let's come here. To have optimal results, I'm going to write some set of code here. This asterisk, we call it the universal selector, so another type of selector. Whatever you write here applies to the whole site, so we call it the universal selector. So I'll do is I'll remove margin. So any unnecessary space that our browser adds to it, that we are not done that to it, to remove it. If you look at your site now, see the space up here. Before it is Sunday, there's a space there. Between it is Sunday and welcome to a new week, there's a space there, so we don't want all those. So I'm removing that. So I'll say padding 0. So whenever I begin a project professionally, you write this default code, box sizing, border box, good. So if I come here and I refresh, now you see that there's difference to the the spacing between everything on our site and the two data. Okay, to add background images we need to get our image. So what I'll do is I'll go to Unsplash, so you can get premium good images there for free and also paid images there. Okay, so this is Unsplash here. Let me use let me see, let me search for something. Search for sky. This one is good for us. Need something horizontal, so I'll use this. Click on it, then this, click on this drop down. I will just download the medium size. Medium size is good enough. Just download now and it is done. What I need to do is go to my downloads folder, go to here, copy, then I will go and put it inside my work folder, which is on my desktop for front end. Finish front end. I'll create another folder here. If you follow the HTML, you understand that we arrange our project folder. So we have images here. Inside it, I'll paste the image. Then I'll change the name because that name is too long for us to use. I'll say background. So we have that. So I go back to my code. Now let's type. I use the class hero. Remember, so this hero here. So I can call this. So I need to give it an height. I want it to be 100 VA. That's full screen height. I can give it width. 100% should be full width already because we're using a div. You can still write that. Then let's give it background image. So I can just write background and I can write background image to still understand what I mean based on the value I'm giving to it. So I'll just say background. Then background is URL. I need to locate where my image is. Remember CSS inside this folder. I need to tell it this file to come out, like this background image or CSS to go out of this folder, go inside images folder and get our image. So I'll say go out of this folder, go into images folder and get our image background. Can you see that? So if I save this and go and check my work,